baby a fiend, she just wanna take drugs. Say what you mean, I'm not in a fake love. Not what it seems, I'm getting my weight up. Rushing and screaming, I'm about to take off. Hopped off the scene, this shit was a layup. Resting my jeans, I'm getting my cake up. My bitch European, she don't want no nigga. Jump out the bean, she on the way up. I'm on I'm tryna invest and keep flipping that money. I'm smoking a blunt with some tea and some honey. Pretty white bitch and I call her a bunny. They wiping his nose, I guess it was runny. Don't fuck with hoes, they dirty and musty. Just heard a P to the plug, he a custody. Giving her pipe and I'll never be rusty. This ain't Bowmain and this ain't no Stussy. Give me plain Jane, I don't want the bussy. Sipping champagne, I'm not with the tussy. I'm in the range, she wanna fuck me, sorry LeBay. But I got a shorty, he want an eighth. We charging on 40, not shorting niggas. The trap house is corporate. Take one of ours and we spin like the orbit. Bank account large in my pockets on orbit. I'm getting money and I'm needing more of it. She think I'm cuter than you and I'm sure of it. Shorty be gone both ways like a quarter flip. Don't shop at malls anymore, I just order it. Getting the pack out the mail, we bag it at scale. The trap house, it look like an orphanage. We don't enable, we just disable. My car like a stable, cause they got them horses. Tia to merit up, poor Panamera, the black on the black, man, we tryna make folds. We don't be hearing them, we put that fear in them. Only thing matter, the money important. I like the flowers, I'm with the growers. Smoking all day, I must be a florist. Chillin' with Bay, we in LA. Just heard the J in the back of a Taurus. Yeah, I'm in LA, I'm on some tour shit. Just made a play to a junkie while touring. Nigga be sleep, nigga be snoring. We up all night from dark to the morning. Trapping and rapping, we making a fortune. Jump with the flight to the A, about to board it. Fuck TSA, cause we get it imported. Tryna invest and keep flipping that money. Smoking a blunt with some tea and some honey. Pretty white bitch and I call her a bunny. They wiping his nose.
Welcome back, everybody. The High Hooper Pod. And I'm your host, the High Hooper. You can't guard me. You see niggas is all looking away and shit like they don't know English and shit. And I don't care. Once again, I don't care about the other way. I do not give a flying. I said you cannot guard me.
I can.
I didn't say anything about the other end, and I don't even care about the other end on you. Let him do whatever, nigga. I don't give a fuck. All right.
Pause. That's a fact.
Pause.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
But welcome back, y'all. Episode 23. I'm with my man Bishop.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Fresh off some Chinese food and some Mai Tais. We feeling good in this bitch. And I do want to introduce our guest today, Mr. Beasley.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
What's going on? Let's get into talk closer.
Coach Beasley, Pro Beasley, author. I mean, I don't even know what I should use. Mr. What should I use for you, man? What should I use for you, man? You're a man of many things. Are you a doctor too? You got a doctor?
Not yet, but I'm sure it's
in the cards. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it's in the works.
So since the last time that we potted, I did score my 3,000th point at the Mount. I'm a fucking Mount legend. All right. Anybody in the Boston area come to the Mount and try to stop me from getting 4,000 this summer, I'm getting to my 4,000th point. Am I getting to my 4,000th point?
Maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see. So since last time, I think I've had 2 or 3 games. I lost in the league that I talked about that we just don't bring enough talent. But then we won in Mass Premier, one of the better leagues in the summer where there's a bunch of college teams in it. They literally put their college team in it. So it always lets me know how far out of shape I am or if I'm in shape or whatever. But I usually fare well against the college kids. I'm not going to lie. I usually be working their shit out. Funny story though, we did have a guy on the team that a couple weeks ago on like my first or second game back from being hurt, he's 6'6", he started guarding me and was forced me to the paint instead of shooting because I was cashing out. And he's like, after the game, he's like, you never had a 6'6" guy guard you. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I've had tons of 6'6" guys guard me. And not only that, you didn't guard me the way you should guard me at all. If you're 6'6", you should use your length back up when I shoot late contest. Make it a hard shot. This motherfucker was pressing up on me and I was just getting to the paint and kicking out to me. Wide open three. I was loving it. And I told him, I was like, bro, you're a fucking idiot. And then after the game, I was like, yo, didn't you're the one that told me? I was like, damn, you just played with me now. Now you're on my team. You just got 5 threes wide open. How do you feel about forcing me to the paint? He was like, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. So there it is. I'm like 1 and 2 or something. I know I didn't win 2. I only win 1.
Are you a pass first point guard?
I was. Not now. Give me the fuck. I'm shooting that bitch. Now I'm shooting that bitch. I was growing up. Y'all know episode whatever it was, Journey. I've talked about it a lot on here. How I was a pass first point guard growing up. Somehow, some way, I think it has to do with me growing. I became a scorer. But my man Beasley is here. Bishop. Before I get into anything, I do just want to shout out our sponsor, LA County Real Estate. Mr. Dave Franklin. If any of you are looking for a house, rent a place, condo, anything, whatever you're looking for, your housing needs, veterans, if you're looking for a spot, my man Dave Franklin got you. 323-687-9461. Go ahead and give him a call. Tell him that Ant sent you. And don't refer to them as Mr. Franklin, David, none of that. Just be like, yo, this Dave, press him a little bit. Alright? Be like, yo, Ant sent me. Let him know what's up. Let him know, like, you feel me? Let him know you one of us. Let him know you ain't no fad or nothing. But, yeah, hit that number up one more time, 323-687-9461. And we're going to just get right into it, right? Beasley, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'd say lasagna.
Lasagna?
Yeah, you weren't expecting that, huh? I've eaten a lot of food.
You was expecting that?
No. He said, I've eaten a lot of food.
I wasn't expecting that. Lasagna is some
favorite.
gas, though. I'm Italian, so I love lasagna. Favorite artist?
Depends on my mood, depends on the time of the day, depends on how the stars are aligning, the sun is shining. J. Cole, Kendrick, if we're going underground, Little Brother, Sky Zoo, Fonte, and
you listen to a lot of underground?
I mean, I listen to like lyrical
people. That's usually who the underground backpack people.
Like Joey first. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely.
I told him not to make a habit of this.
I'm gonna definitely be on that too, because I've been down in waters, eating snacks.
What's your favorite movie?
That's tough.
It's tough. I know it is. Wait, hold on. I'm going too far. Back to the artist thing. You said a lot. If you had to listen to one artist, you're on an island for the rest of your life, and you got one artist to listen to, bro. What artist are you listening to?
Probably Nas.
Nas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nas.
I think that's the first time that we have heard that answer on this podcast, so that's definitely worth that.
Really?
You know, coming from Cali, I didn't realize how much, I've talked about this with Mike before, I didn't realize how much Nas and Jay-Z, like, how big they were here. You know what I mean? Like, I liked Nas growing up. Jay-Z was kind of iffy to me. Like, I loved his commercial songs, you know, Big Pimpin', H to the Izzo. Mm-hmm. Whenever all those came out, like, you know, Dirt Off Your Shoulders, all that, it was like, oh, cool. But, like, I never got into, like, the albums and the, like, really listen to Nas's and Jay-Z's, whereas, like, Lil Wayne's and Snoop Dogg's and, like, even more people from the South for me, but, like, obviously I did that with the West Coast people, but, like, Nas and Jay-Z, I never, like, until I came out here.
Jay-Z's probably one or two.
I mean, he's got to be one or two.
Who's your favorite artist?
Who'd you pick? Who'd you say?
Said Wayne.
It was Wayne. Yeah,
It was Wayne.
Where's some
So
Wayne?
you
Where's
give
some
him an
Wayne?
island analogy. If you're stuck
Yeah,
on
yeah,
an
yeah.
island, who would you say?
Wayne. Without a doubt. Lil Wayne to me is the greatest rapper to ever do it.
I mean, we grew up
Around the same area or same time, I mean. So like that's like a perfect testament. And I, now that I've been on the East Coast for so much, I would expect like that this nigga would have liked Nas or Jay-Z as his favorite, but he's a Wayne fan too. There's a Wayne friendly podcast, but I never shocked anymore at like Nas. Like you saying Nas, like I get it now. Living here, I get it now. And obviously, if you were to say Jay-Z, I'd be like, of course. But like,
Nas is top 5 for me though.
Yeah.
So is Jay-Z.
Yeah, I know. Well, so my top 5, like without even thinking about it, like not my top 5 who I listen to, but like the top 5 who I say are just like artists of all time. Like you just have to say it. It goes Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, and I low-key want to say Eminem. Like as far as record sales and everything, like and just like what it is, like
controversial opinion.
it is a controversial, but like
no, I have a controversial.
Oh, what's
opinion.
your controversial opinion?
I am not a very big fan of Eminem.
Neither am I
That's
now.
not really a controversial opinion.
It's not a
but-
controversial.
He said
His,
it's
play,
not.
his
It's
playback
controversial.
value now is terrible. His playback value now, no one's getting in a car and going, let me thump some old school Eminem.
Except for me. Because I'm a music head. That's the reason why.
I just don't listen to enough old stuff. Like, I don't get in my car and listen to old Wayne a lot. I don't get in my car and listen to, like, old anything too much. Like,
I just never understood the craze around it.
with
because
Eminem.
Because like even his commercial songs, it wasn't like it was like lyrical.
And you're from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
And so Bone Thugs were played heavy out there, right?
Yeah.
Growing up.
I would say.
I get that. Because everything that Eminem is, you could kind of get in
He's
Bone
a
Thugs.
parody rapper though.
He is kind of-
That's what it was.
Also true. But
It
his
is unique.
serious
Yeah,
stuff
that's
was
right.
that shit, though.
That's what I'm saying. His serious stuff was the lyrical stuff.
Yeah,
His first
maybe-
EP was
He might have been
that
the first.
Marshall Mathers?
the,
LP?
the Shady.
Oh, the shade. No, like
Maybe I should
bro,
go back and listen to it because I'm gonna.
No, Eminem,
some
like,
songs, 'cause-
the playback value now kind of is rough to like really decipher just because of what he talked about. But his lyricism is like up there, and his sales is up there, and everything is up there. So that's why I always say like top 5. That's not who I personally love as my top 5.
Eminem or Nas.
I'm taking Nas.
I'm taking Nas. Actually, if I had to go,
If we're going lyrically and like,
But to beat him out for that top 5 spot.
if I had to go to an island and listen, I'm going Eminem. Just because I know
you're
no.
bugging.
Hear me out. It's because
If
I
you had to go on an
I
island,
know the
Island, that's
music.
all you could listen to.
I know the music. I already know it. I already know it.
Eminem.
I grew up listening to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I knew it. As far as Nas, I really only knew Nas's commercial songs for
And
the
he
most
really
part.
didn't have a lot of commercials.
Yeah, so it's like weird to me. Like,
I know,
I wasn't
I can't-
listening to Nas's whole album.
Be what I want to be.
That song that I used to, I sung that in the shower, nigga.
That's Godson, by the way. The album name, Godson.
Yeah. So, but like
Yes.
Nas, don't get me wrong. Nas, I 100% believe Nas is a better.
I think it's different because I went to the actual store and bought that.
You're
album.
also from the East Coast,
Yeah.
so like Eminem is kind of, you could say, a West Coast rapper because he was signed to
By
Dr. Dre.
yeah.
Even though he's from Michigan, he's still like a West Coast rapper. Where like I'm listening to Game. I never heard any of 50 Cent's mixtapes, but when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, that was a West Coast album to me. Even though he's from New York, that was a West Coast album to
was
me.
on fire.
Yeah.
It was on
I never
fire.
listened to 50's mixtapes, but then I listened to them like while I'm older, and I'm like, oh shit, I get it though. I get the difference. Like you hear stuff when you're in certain places. You know what I mean?
Of course, as you're growing up, it's gonna stick with you more because you.
That's when you're
associate
most.
memories
That's when
with
you're
it.
most like susceptible to remembering and like shit really hitting you. What about movie?
Toy Story is such a classic. I love
shit,
that movie.
this nigga said Toy
I
Story.
did not expect
Toy
that.
Story.
I did not
This
Yo,
expect
nigga
Toy
said
Story is
Toy
such
Story.
a fire movie. I ain't even gonna lie. I would probably say Toy Story. See, that's the thing. Like, ever since I would say once I turned like maybe like 16, I didn't watch TV or movies or anything. Like I just
dang.
Okay.
yeah. So like
That's it though. Like once
Right.
you.
So like, okay, Black Panther. I would maybe because that was a movie that was like that was a really good movie. I feel like that was a good movie for Black America. I feel like for Black people in general, like it was our first like Black superhero.
Besides
Like,
Blade.
but Blade don't even count because Blade was
Was
it was
a
Wesley
majority
Snipes.
black movie.
Yeah. Blade was Wesley.
Blade was Wesley Snipes. But like that's the first time in our generation. So if I had to choose a modern, I don't know, I'd probably say Toy Story, The Incredibles. The one
No,
that
The Incredibles is up there. Incredibles 2 also.
Incredibles 2 is fire.
Incredibles 2 is that shit.
My Disney movie
Space
stuff.
Jam. Space
Yeah.
Jam is up there. He Got Game is up there.
You're a cartoon fan though.
Coach Carter's up there. Oh, for sure.
You're a cartoon fan.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
He got game.
He got game, of course.
He Got Game's a good
Of course.
movie.
All
I wasn't
right.
a huge fan of White Man Can't Jump. But
Let me put it like this though. Someone very nearest to you is saying, "Show me my last movie I'm ever gonna see." What movie you showing them?
Space Jam.
Oh, good choice.
Showing them Space Jam for sure.
Good choice. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I love that choice. Favorite album?
I'd probably go. And these are some very difficult questions with no preparation. Can I pull out the Apple Music? Like,
Go ahead, do
scroll
what you gotta
through? He said, "Do what you gotta do."
Do what you gotta do.
Favorite album, bro? You going on a fucking, you getting dropped on an island, bro, and all you got is one album.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to give you a visual picture of what's going on in my head. If you're on an island, you're gonna flow through a multitude of emotions, from euphoria to sadness to alone to
For sure.
to all these different things.
For sure.
Right?
So you need like,
an album that's gonna be able to. So when I think about it like that and phrase it like that, I'm going J. Cole Kids on Drugs, KOD. I'm gonna probably go. Dang, I might even go some Ye. I was really thinking about College Dropout because that's an album.
That's a great album.
If I was forced to listen,
Classic.
That's a
if I
great
was
album.
forced to listen to that, I could do that.
That's a great album.
And then I could also go Illmatic though.
You did
Just
say Nas,
because-
so like
That is probably one of the best albums.
That's probably one of
that's
the
a classic album.
best, like,
That's a classic
one of the
album.
best albums.
That's a classic album.
King's Disease. I'd probably say King's Disease 3. I could probably.
That's the most recent one, right?
It might have been 2 then. One of those King's Disease. I think it might have been.
That's the one. That's with Drama or Metro. That's with Metro, ain't it?
Yeah, let me. But yeah, those would be my 3. What did I say? KOD for sure. I was thinking of Forest Hills Drive, but I was like, probably go KOD, some Illmatic, and then yeah, for sure, for sure. Even though Forest Hills was like that came out when I was in college, so like there's some memories obviously attached to the album. But yeah,
How old are you, Beasley?
30.
30. Okay. Yeah. I was just doing the
Oldest
math.
nigga in the room.
And
92.
you graduated 16, 15, 17?
I graduated 2010. Graduated high school 2010.
College. my bad.
2016.
16. Okay. Just to give a perspective of timing for everybody, right? So college 10, 16. We're the same. I'm high school 10, and I meant high school 10 for him. College 16, but I'm college 17. What about a mixtape? If you had to pick a mixtape, this should be interesting for you because you just talked about the underground guys that you listen to.
Man.
3 of which three niggas that I never been listening
The
to.
warm up off the rip. The warm up.
Is that J.
Friday
Cole's
Night
recent?
Lights.
Was that not an album? That was a mixtape.
That was a mixtape.
Mixtape.
That's the one with 21 on there, right?
Yeah.
No.
I might even go Wiz. See, okay, what's the question? I only got one mixtape.
One mixtape, bro.
Bruh,
You only got
but a
one.
mixtape, that Piff used to be able to download a few mixtapes.
Every mixtape.
Every mixtape. No, you only get one.
And if it wasn't there,
If
it was Wildfire.
if you're gonna pick Kush and Orange Juice, then it's that. If you got one mixtape, Beast.
That's crazy. They ain't even right. Dang, I might even go Wale More About Nothing or the
Album about nothing.
no the mixtape
The
about
mixtape.
nothing.
Oh, the mixtape about nothing.
Mixtape about that has some cuts on it, and that could take you. It's a whole story.
It's
So
a fact.
it's a whole story. So
Is
it
that
takes
what
you
you're
through
going?
the
Is
side
that
of
what
that.
you're going?
That's final answer. I'm on that island.
You're going with the Wale. That's
Yeah,
not a bad.
the
That's not a bad
Wale.
choice.
What did I say? What was it Soul Tape 2?
You said Soul Tape 2.
Ooh.
No. You said Drought 3. We both said.
Oh,
Drought 3.
yeah.
Drought
I said-
3
I
is
said
the best
Drought 3,
mixtape of all time.
I said runner up is Soul Tape 2.
Yeah, runner up
Yeah.
Soul Tape 2. But Drought 3 is the best mixtape of all time. I don't think there's a debate on that. Like, you can't debate on. I know that you know for a fact because we grew up in this. We went to high school around the same time. Someone in your high school class said one line from that mixtape. Someone else said the next. Someone else said the next. Someone else said the next. That's just how crazy Drought 3 was. And then the next day, they do it with a different song. And then a different song. I like my seat down low. And my windows I need crack. With a bad hope. But I go right in the back. You feel me? That little, like, Drought 3, bro. But
Yeah, King's Disease 3.
that's an album,
2 or
right?
3. I don't know.
It's an album.
King's Disease album, right?
Yeah, I was going back to that.
The album
Nas
thing?
King's Disease. I don't know. Can
You
I
don't
take
know
all
if it's
those
2 or
series?
3 that you fucked with?
Yeah, I fucked with both of them.
Honestly, I'm gonna
3
keep
was
it.
hard. 3 was hard.
I ain't
was so
listened
hard.
to
I
any
thought-
Nas's King Diseases.
And
Who's the producer? Is it
Hit
Metro?
Boy.
It's Hit Boy. That's who it is. Nigga, you just let me debate 5 minutes ago asking and you could have just said it, motherfucker. You didn't hear me saying who fucking did King's Disease? I was like, was it Metro?
Hey, can y'all let us know what y'all think about the music preferences in the comments? I want to hear what the...
Yeah, I would like some feedback on some. You know what though? The thing is, Beasley, your take isn't that wild. Like, we're gonna get to the all-time starting 5, but like your take about music isn't that wild. Like my dad's all-time starting 5 take is, nigga, unreal. Like,
Did we even ask him that when he
who
called?
Pops?
Yeah.
Nah, cause he's already had an episode when, like, he's already has his episode. So when that first episode of season 2, that was really like your episode. You feel me? Just like
Yeah.
some of your stuff. He's already been on it, but you're not too like. It's not too obnoxious. It's not outlandish. You feel me?
He said it's not too
You're
far
actually
off,
right
but,
on line,
you're
like
on
with
the
a
rumble strip.
yeah. You're like right on line with a real East Coast nigga. I'm gonna keep it real. What's your favorite weed strain?
I'd probably go sativa.
Just any sativa?
Yeah, I
Anything?
don't have
Because you like smoking before you play and whatnot. Yeah.
every now and then, you know.
Yeah. So I don't smoke much sativa.
Yeah, I'm usually trying to like.
Ooh.
It don't get the job done.
You're wildin'.
What? That it don't get the job done?
Yeah.
It don't get the job done for me.
What are you, more hybrid or you were indica?
Hybrid or indica, bro. Because with the sativas, the THC don't be up there. The percentage of THC don't be up there. You feel me?
Yeah, but I don't want to go.
You don't wanna be
I don't want to go to sleep. I want to.
Yeah.
Go,
Nah, I
I
feel
want to
you.
go swim, go for a bike ride, like go get up 200 shots, like go
If
lift
I'm
some
smoking
weights.
indica,
like-
I'm in the couch. That's
Oh, we know. Do we need to bring up another video?
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright. You're spared. You're spared.
I'm
This
going
episode. You're
hiking,
spared.
like-
This episode.
Yeah, I'm doing something.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Listen.
Like when I am doing stuff like that, I would like to have a sativa, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm at this point, bro, that like I have specifically bought sativas thinking that like it's gonna be the one to keep me up and keep me everything, bro, and I've gone to sleep.
Maybe that's just your tolerance.
It might be because indicas don't be putting me to sleep. Hybrids don't be putting me to sleep. I think I left off something I should have asked you. Oh yeah, who's your favorite all-time player?
Oh, Baron Davis.
Tough.
Was you expecting that?
No, but I like the answer.
I like the Diddy Bop, and you know what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen?
He's
If
from the
you've
West
ever
Coast.
seen Beasley play, it makes sense now. Some of his moves make sense. I get it. You got some Diddy Bop in your game. You mean
He was the first overweight point guard in the league. That's why he had so many knee injuries.
That's a fact, because he was overweight. That last one was
Overweight.
disgusting. You remember that dislocation of the kneecap when he was with the Knicks? That one was gross. They slowed it up all on ESPN.
I was actually watching something about Baron Davis earlier. He was talking about Linsanity. He said Linsanity would have never happened if he didn't get hurt. Because he was the starting point guard.
That was the kneecap.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And he wasn't ready to come back, so they had to pick up Jeremy Lin's contract for 10 days. And during that 10 days, he went stupid.
He went stupid.
He went stupid.
Can we have a moment of silence for Linsanity?
Harvard product, by the way.
Alright, that's all that nigga gets. Because I don't think he could guard me, honestly. I'm not saying anything about the other side. Why are you laughing? I'm not saying that I can guard him. I'm talking about my offensive skills. That's it.
If you had 10 possessions,
I'm scoring on him at least twice.
you would. It's 2 out of 10?
At least.
Oh, I was talking about me. I was going to say maybe 2.
On Linsanity?
No, if you were trying to score on me, I would say 2 or 3.
I'm scoring on you 7 times out of 10 easily. One-on-one, no help side or nothing. You're a smart defender, so if you have help side, that number's going drastically down. I'm not talking about that.
I would definitely make you shoot 30% or less. For sure. 3 out of 10 max.
It depends on the day. Because you know damn well that on any day I can get hot and it's... I mean, anybody can get hot, but I'm a real life microwave. That's like I got the J.R. Smith microwave badge on 2K.
Are we playing unlimited dribbles where you dribble?
No,
around?
that's why I said there has to be some type of... If we're in a game and you're forcing me into help side and everything, I might have a rough day with you. You're not even in my position. Why the fuck is your coach having you guard me?
We are the same position.
No, why is your coach having you guard me, nigga? You are a fucking forward or a wing. Why is your coach having you guarding me, nigga? Am I cooking your point guard? Am I cooking your guard that much?
I am a point guard.
Am I cooking your guard that much?
You say you're a forward. Oh, forward? We're the same height.
I said a forward. We're not the same height either, but a forward. You did play forward in college though, didn't you? We're gonna get to that. That's later.
We're
gonna talk about your journey in a little bit.
I was a guard, forward, center.
All right, Draymond.
Did you ask him to start at 5?
Not yet. You want to ask him starting 5 or sports teams first?
Starting 5 is just asking his favorite basketball player.
I should, right?
Yeah.
Who's your all-time starting 5? Do you want to know me and Mike's first before you answer to know what you're up against?
This is all time, so all eras.
All eras, everything.
A starting 5 if I wanted to win the world domination championship.
Yeah,
If aliens came down
Let's
and
let's
you
put it
had
like
one
this.
game to win,
I'm gonna find a nerd, somebody who has a lot of time with 2K, who's gonna do everybody's starting 5 against each other and see how it turns out. Yeah.
So, all time, we're trying to beat the Monstars.
No, you're trying to beat other starting 5s from anybody that's been on this podcast, including me and Mike.
So, the Monstars, okay. So, I'm probably going to go LeBron. Who's
That's
going to
your
be
one?
on that?
He's
No,
your
he's
one?
not my point guard.
Who's
He's on
your
my
one?
team.
Just go 1 through 5 just to make it easy. Like for your
My one?
Yeah, who's
Right.
We don't have a one. We're trying to win. Trying to beat the Monstars.
So
here.
let me preface this. LeBron James is my point guard.
Okay.
But
He's mine,
it's
too.
LeBron James of the Lakers because that's the year that he actually played point guard. It's not Miami Heat LeBron. It's not Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron.
Okay.
It's 2020 lead the league in assists because he actually played point guard LeBron.
Well,
So is that
okay.
your point guard?
Giannis is my point guard then.
Nah, it has to. They have to line up at the position.
What you mean? They don't line. They literally are the same position.
All right, if you want to put
Are they
Gian,
not?
I'm gonna be real with you because I've played 2K enough and done the simulations and everything. If you put power forward Giannis at your one, you're gonna lose a lot of games on the simulation. I'm gonna be honest with you.
This is simulation or is this real? What is this? What are the parameters of this question? This is a very
It is. So you have to think about the simulation when eventually, if it ever does happen, if we can find somebody with enough time and knows 2K enough to make the simulation tournament happen. You have to put that into account. But also, this is the eye test. Like, are you really putting Giannis at your point guard? If you're creating a Team USA or something, are you really putting Giannis at your point guard?
This is for everything. This is for the world.
This is for the, like, you're putting him up, you're not putting him against the Monstars. You're putting him up against other teams who might have Giannis on the team also.
Okay.
Like, whoever you put, there might be a team with that on them.
Okay, so I'm going to go LeBron at my point guard.
So, Laker LeBron? Or just
We
like
got to
LeBron?
pick eras?
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but it's kind of like...
He's only doing that. It don't matter.
You don't have to, but
that's
like,
going to determine.
no, but like
it don't matter what era.
if you put Heat LeBron, LeBron is like, he's a special player. Not every single player has a specific era of the type of player they
And
were.
his
But you can say that for multiple
all the way up.
His passing sliders weren't the same on the Lakers as they were as the Heat. They weren't the same. He was a capable and great passer still, but he wasn't looking to pass as much.
That's the point, though.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
still capable of doing.
What I'm saying is LeBron James is one of the few players that you do have to specify. He's one of the few. You don't have to say Magic Johnson of late 80s and early 80s because he's pretty much the same player. LeBron is pretty much the only player that you can do this with, or that you need to do this with. Because if you pick Heat LeBron at your one, I'm sorry, that's not enough passing. He was determined to be the most dominant player on the court, scoring wise and everything, for the most part.
I think he still averaged 6 assists.
Yeah, Kobe averaged 6 assists, nigga.
What about KD? Because when he was with the Warriors, he distributed quite a bit for them.
If you put KD at your one, bro, I have a lot of.
No, you're saying. No,
I have
you
a lot
said,
of looks.
you
No,
said, can you name another player throughout the course
because
of
KD
their
just
career?
plug and plays the same. He's the same player wherever he goes. Yeah, he was passing a little bit more, but that was just because of the offense they ran. It wasn't like he was breaking his guy down, getting into the paint, and creating plays all game. He was just running the offense where Steph Curry's coming off a screen. Nigga, if you put me in the NBA, my assist is gonna go up by 3 with the Warriors. You feel me?
With Jordan Poole or without Jordan?
Without, and he was without. KD was without. They didn't have Jordan. He didn't have to. KD might have punched Jordan Poole in his mouth too, because Jordan Poole might have been talking reckless to him as well. You feel me?
He wouldn't have had as many minutes to cut.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been. He would have never got that contract. So LeBron at the one. This is the only player you have to specify. Which LeBron are you doing it with? Cleveland LeBron?
I'm not even going to pick LeBron just because of all the special.
Well, I have LeBron. We both have LeBron as our one.
Okay.
Both of us.
Okay. So, I guess LeBron, whatever era.
At your one?
Sure.
I mean, it makes sense. Whatever.
Sure.
It really is fine, but like, I'm just pointing out that he is the only player ever.
LeBron's your favorite player of all time?
No.
He is mine.
Kobe is my favorite player. But I do respect LeBron enough to know, like, yeah, he's him.
Okay. So I'm going to go, I'll go from the bottom up. I'm going to go Shaq in my center. Do I have to specify what era?
No. LeBron's the only player you have to really do that with.
I'm going to ask that for every player.
Every single player in the history of basketball is going to be a no, probably, for that.
Power forward.
Except maybe
Who's at my
KG, because he
four?
was able to play center at the end of his career. And Tim Duncan, too.
He was like a 2 through 4 for sure.
At the beginning, yeah. But if you put KG at your 2, you have a fucking long
Well,
night.
what about T-Mac? T-Mac's a player.
He can play 2 or 3. There's players that can play 2 or 3. Like, that are realistically 2s or 3s or 4. Like, Giannis at your 1, though, is blasphemy. I'm not going to be real with you.
It is facts, but I was just saying that to
To the Monstars, though, for sure, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were talking about, the Monstars. So, Shaq's at my 5, LeBron's at my 1.
You're already on par with the same. We're the same, right? We're the exact same starting 5
Pretty much.
so far.
So,
5.
I'm looking at tempo and pace. So, for my 4, tempo, pace, and passing, I'm thinking Tim Duncan or Barkley, because Barkley could hit that 3. So
Barkley hasn't been talked about a lot on this pod, but
I mean, he literally put the
This
team
shit's
on his
cool.
back to get to the finals. But Tim Duncan, he's a steady roller, and him and Shaq at your 4 or 5, golly,
Lockdown,
That's
rebounds,
tough.
nothing. Nothing is happening inside the
that's
paint.
tough. So I'll come back to that. Then my 3. I need a shooter scorer. I might have to go with the 7-foot Grim Reaper.
That's your 3.
KD. I might have
Who's
to.
your 3?
My third?
Yeah, who's your 3? Was your 3
I
KD?
might have to go
Yeah, it was
KD.
KD.
Yeah.
Because KG was my 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Barkley versus Tim Duncan definitely beats KG though.
Oh,
So we got LeBron.
Yeah.
Your 2's missing.
Yeah, I got
KD,
too.
Barkley. No, Tim Duncan and Shaq.
I haven't decided Tim Duncan or Barkley. When do I have to decide? When is the trade deadline?
Right now.
Immediately.
Right now.
I didn't even get my 2 yet.
If you say anybody but Michael Jordan and Kobe, it's blasphemy.
For sure.
Wait, what?
Who is it? Kobe or MJ?
Or D Wade.
I lose a lot of not
No,
even.
the thing
You're not
is-
picking Dwayne Wade over either of those two. So
That's true.
I'm really judging you right now on your 2 or 3
No,
about
so-
how much you're thinking about it.
So the thing is, if I'm coaching this team, I don't know if I want a, like, yo, who's the best shooter of all time? I might go with him as my 2.
So
instead
what?
of a
Klay
Jordan.
Thompson or Ray Allen?
So go with you. So go with
Clay's
give me
better than Steph.
Beasley.
No, he's
give
not a 2 though.
me your 5 so I can tell you how my 5 is gonna absolutely
Steph's not a
obliterate
2 though.
yours.
That's the thing.
He can play 2.
He'll be undersized.
He's gonna
He'll
play
be a very
2 with Chris
undersized-
Paul. He's gonna be undersized, but he's
He'll
gonna
be a
play
very
2 when Chris
undersized
Paul's
too.
in.
Hey, I mean, but you got.
He's gonna play 2 when Chris Paul's in. So there it is. If that's your 2, who's your 5? Come on, stop bullshitting.
Why are they rushing me?
Because I want to know how I'm about to fucking be. I want to tell you what I'm gonna do to your team if Steph Curry is your 2.
Wow.
That's what it is with any all-time starting 5. If you put Steph on it,
You can choose.
it's an automatic liability on the defensive end.
It seems like y'all done this before, so y'all know things that I don't know.
Nigga, this is the 23rd episode. I have talked to 22 other people about their starting 5.
Wait, y'all have actually like ran simulations?
We
No.
haven't ran the 2K simulation, but I've played
Oh,
enough 2K in my
All
life
I
to
know
know
is
how
I'm
that
running the
shit's gonna
switch
go.
for Steph. That's all I know.
Yeah, facts. That's just basketball. What it is. If Steph is on the court, Beasley, if he's
Yeah,
your
but
2,
y'all lineups probably don't get no
I'm telling you. Here's mine. LeBron James of the Lakers at the 1, Kobe at the 2, Michael Jordan at the 3, Kevin Garnett at the 4, and KG at the and Shaq at the 5.
Damn, y'all super small.
No, we're not. How are we small? I got a 6'9" man at my point guard, and then 2 6'7" dudes at the 3 and the 4, and then my 4 is 6'11", and my 5 is 7'1". You have a 6'2" Stephen Curry
I
at you.
didn't pick Steph
I'm-
Curry.
You might have a 6'2" Stephen Curry,
6'8" Brown.
who the smartest
7'8".
person on my lineup. We haven't even got to Bishops. My lineup, the smartest person for Steph Curry to guard is LeBron, maybe, and that's not gonna be a good day.
To the
Brown's
post.
just passing.
Because he's gonna. I say
To the
smartest
post.
person because he's the one that's least likely to go to the post out of Kobe and Jordan. But he's gonna get the lowest in the post on Steph and just turn around and drop step and dunk it probably. That's why Steph Curry is gonna be X'd out of any all-time starting 5 in comparisons to other starting 5s. Yes, he can catch and shoot out of everybody and shoot it better than anybody. But we're talking about guys who have been all NBA first team guarding him.
Yeah, I think the tricky thing, as with most like starting 5 or best player of all time or whatever said question is always the era, what type of basketball are we talking about, and all the other like 2K simulations is totally different in real life.
No, for sure. It's for sure.
Like,
That's the
yeah.
only thing we could like.
Statistical reference
That's the only thing we could
use. But that's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
you know what I mean? That's the only thing we could use.
So, like, when you say, like, when obviously the argument of the top 5, it's like, okay, taking in eras, like, I might even fuck around and take Oscar Robinson as my 1. Like, I might even fuck around and go get Bill Russell as my 5 man. Like, what are we?
If Oscar Robinson's your 1, though, I'm not hating on that. But if Bill Russell is your 5, it's gonna be a long fucking day.
The inventor of the block.
It's gonna be a long day. Imagine what he's gonna do. Imagine how much of a trouble he's gonna have guarding Shaq.
Anybody but Ben Wallace is gonna have a hard time guarding.
Even Ben Wallace had a hard time guarding Shaq. It's a facade for people to say that Ben Wallace shut Shaq down. It's not true.
Was Shaq that serious?
No, Shaq shut himself down. That whole anybody who really truly thinks Ben Wallace is a Shaq stopper probably thinks Ruben Patterson was a Kobe stopper.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
I just feel like, okay, back to the whole point. The starting 5, very difficult for me. Very difficult. But if I had to plug in a 2, I guess by your qualifications, we need a shooter. So you can even argue Kobe, which era Kobe, because there was an era in Kobe's career where he was not classified as a knockdown shooter.
Yeah.
Same with Jordan. With Jordan too.
I mean, you could. I get what you mean by that, but like, if you just say Kobe, we're gonna take like his whole career, and
average it out.
Yeah. I just put LeBron. I say that with LeBron because he's truly the only player, one of the only players in the history of the game. And let me tell you, I'm Kobe is the greatest of all time. Slightly behind him is Jordan, but LeBron, he is the only player that I truly believe. Yes, I believe that, and it's because I grew up watching Kobe. I grew up watching Kobe, and I loved Jordan. You can ask my dad how much Jordan I watched growing up. But LeBron's the only one that like I truly believe he's had a different style of play throughout his whole career, like different style. You know what I mean? Like Jordan's just always been a scorer. Kobe's always been a scorer. They added shit to their game a little bit, but like LeBron literally has been the point guard for a championship team, that Lakers team. He's been the wing. Shit, bro. He played he's played so many different things before. You know what I mean? He's played second fiddle in some games to Dwayne Wade. Not the whole season, not the whole playoffs. I'm saying just certain games. He's the only reason why I say you kind of have to. Which LeBron do you have? You know what I mean? Like, do you have Heat LeBron? Heat LeBron to me, 06 Kobe, 92 Jordan, 2000 Shaq, 86 Larry Bird, 83 Magic Johnson.
Well, I might even have to go Larry at my 2.
Yeah, like, those specific seasons that I named are the greatest, like, basketball seasons of a player, like, peaks of a player that you can really see. You know what I mean?
I'll put Larry at my 2 as final answer.
That's your 2? So your lineup is LeBron, Larry, KD, Timmy, Shaq.
Yeah, I'm going to take Timmy.
That's your 5?
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant is fucking torching Larry. Who's your 2? Michael Jordan is fucking torching Larry. We all X out at LeBron at the 1.
Basketball's not 1-on-1 matchups.
No, I know. I'm just going through. Our 3s, I'm Kobe, you guys are both, or I'm Jordan, you guys are both KD. I'll just give that a wash because what's gonna
I thought it was sweet or bad.
I could say Jordan's gonna wash them, but we're talking about a 7 foot, maybe the greatest offensive display ever. Who's got 3 inches, 4 inches on Jordan? So Jordan's gonna have a long day with that type shit. You know what I mean? But that's where my team differs because I could just put LeBron on KD and put Jordan on your 1. Jordan on your 1, who's LeBron. I could switch it up. Now 4s, we both have KG. Mm-hmm. You got Timmy.
I don't know. You were talking spicy.
You talking spicy with Timmy and KG, nigga. Because listen, KG's prime is here.
Hold on.
Tim Duncan's prime is here. Tim Duncan's been here the whole time. KG went like
How
this.
many
and then
rings
went
does
like,
Kevin Garnett have?
I know.
Give me
He's
his
got one.
But who
career
came behind
average.
David Robinson and had one of the greatest coaches of all time, aka Greg
Put-
Popovich?
What?
And Tony Parker.
How-
and
how
Robin.
you-
I don't care about that. I don't care
How
about
you
that.
gonna put that against him?
No, that's not
You
against
know
him.
what it
I mean,
is.
How you gonna put the
I
rings on
do
him?
want to say this though. Put KG in Tim Duncan's spot.
He has 5 too.
They round out the same. You put Tim Duncan in KG's spot in Minnesota, he does not win an MVP. He does not win the Defensive Player of the Year. He does not get that Timberwolves team even to the second round to play the Lakers in 2002 like KG did.
Okay.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? That's
Why does
eye
that
test.
have? Well, that's not. That plays a part in the analysis of the two players, but that
When they're
isn't-
playing against each other, yeah.
that isn't the deciding. Okay, but again, now you're
This
talking
isn't an
about
all-time.
timeline.
No, this isn't
You're
an
taking-
all-time list though.
Yeah,
because
you're taking KG year 2 versus Timmy D year 2. That wasn't the original question. It was
No.
all-time.
I know. So
all time, we're talking.
if we're gonna put him on a like
consistency.
top 10 list, Tim Duncan cracks the top 10, whereas KG might not even crack top 25. You know what I mean?
That's because of rings. Though.
Then that's something we agree on. That's something we can all agree on. But as far as the player, putting KG at the 4, I don't think there's a version of Tim. I don't think there's a version of Tim Duncan that is better than MVP KG. And like we talk about versions of players all the time. 96 Jordan, 2006 Kobe, 2013 LeBron, 2016 KD. We talk about versions of players a lot. MVP Charles, he's up there. I think as far as versions go, Tim Duncan kind of his best version of himself doesn't rank as high as other power forwards of their best version. I think peak Charles and peak KG are above him.
Here we go. Just for best seasons, right? Per Basketball Reference. Tim Duncan, best season, 25.5. KG, 24. Not that crazy difference. Rebounds, Tim Duncan, 13.
I think Tim Duncan is going to shit on Kevin Garnett in every single statistic you can ever think of.
They're pretty much the same.
No, I know that, but he's going to win in all of them.
No, KG got 14 rebounds that season.
Oh, over Tim Duncan's
Assists, Tim Duncan's highest is 4, KG's is 6. Steals, Tim Duncan is 1, KG is 2. Blocks per game is Tim Duncan is 3, KG's 2. It's really not that. It's not that big
not
of a difference.
crazy of a difference.
Not that big of a
But
difference.
see, Tim Duncan has a 3-year, and I think KG's 2 is the year he won defensive MVP. But Tim Duncan has no defensive MVPs, where obviously he should have.
And they shoot pretty much the same from the field.
Yeah, that's best seasons.
That's best season, but
And
overall,
I think all of KG's best season is one season too. Whereas like I bet you Tim Duncan's are like his best point season is different than his best rebounding season and his best block season.
Just
you know what I mean?
regular season stats are pretty much the same too.
I know it is. Tim longevity, as far as all-time lists go, like where you're at, that's why Tim Duncan's top 10.
I'm making my team based on.
No,
not
your
some
team is
AI,
cohesive. Your team is
not
cohesive.
AI. We're about to play basketball.
Your team is
We're the
cohesive. I know.
Monstars.
Your team is cohesive, and your team is more of like their career as a whole. And I can't even get mad at your team. Your team is good.
My team is the epitome of the type of basketball that I want.
I think Larry Bird is way too slow to be your 2 though.
But he's gonna give you effort.
Yeah, he's gonna give me effort. He's gonna hit that open trap ball.
That's the thing
All
that
we
makes
need to do
players.
is sit in the
54.
corner.
You're a coach. You're a coach. You
Just
gotta
sit
have
in
the guy
corner,
giving you
man.
100% rather than.
But that's the thing. Larry could guard a slow 4. Like Larry could.
And you're gonna put Tim Duncan on your 2 or your 3.
Nah. But the type of basketball that we're so long that.
So I think it's weird that you
Pause.
put. I think it's weird that you put Larry Bird at your 2 because I have been on the pod. I've said this multiple times on it's been recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that if Larry Bird played in today's game,
Oh, he would get cooked.
nope, and you put him at the 4, Larry Bird would be talked about
That's
as one of the best
people from
one of the best players of all time.
You think so?
Not his traditional 3.
You said at the 4?
At the 4.
tall
Larry
is
Bird
he?
at the 4.
I can see that.
Larry Bird's 6'9".
He's 6'9". Yeah.
Put him at the 4. Who is cooking him at the 4 position in the NBA today? Please tell me. Not a fucking soul. There's not a soul at the 4
And he can
position.
stretch the 4.
And then he can stretch it. Who at the 4 position is guarding him?
No one.
It's a valid point.
Nobody. So that's why I'm like intrigued that you put him at your 2.
Maybe AD, maybe.
Yeah, but we're talking about a 5, nigga.
No,
80's playing 4. He hates playing, or he's really a 4. He hates playing 5. But guess what he's been for the last 4 seasons?
5. Since Dwight left.
He's been the 5, bro. He can't shoot the ball no more from 3.
I don't know where that went.
That went in the weight room because he bulked up and gained like 30 pounds, bro. So, I am intrigued by your Larry Bird at the 2. I'm intrigued by your team because you guys are long. Pause. But you guys are very long. 6'9", 6'9", 7 foot, 7 foot, 7'1". That's a big team. And where Larry lacks on defense at the 2, there is help side. You have Shaq and Tim Duncan, 2 of the best fucking rim protectors.
And we're mentally solid. We ain't got no head cases.
You have Shaq, nigga. If Shaq doesn't get the ball over 20 times,
Kobe on my ass face.
yeah, Kobe on my ass face. If Shaq doesn't get the ball, nigga, y'all niggas are in for a long fucking day, bro. He's gonna be pissed.
They keep running.
And we introduced this last episode. Who's your 6th man? Has to be a 6th man. Has to be someone off the bench. Has to be someone off the bench.
Jordan.
No, it has to be someone that came off the bench.
Oh my goodness.
A real 6th man.
Is
A real
that's
6th
a
man.
crazy take.
Yeah.
What happened?
Facts.
Jordan
Having
is a 6th man.
having Larry
Crazy
Bird as
take.
your shooting guard over Jordan.
Oh, I would put.
crazy.
No, if we get a 6 man, I would
No,
put
but your
Larry
6 man.
as my
No,
6
your
man.
6 man. Your 6 man
I didn't know
has
that
to
was
be.
an option.
No. It has to be a real 6th man.
Oh, my
Mine
goodness.
is Jamal. Who'd you pick?
I'm going Ginobili.
He said Ginobili.
That's
He fits my team so well.
Who did I say? I don't remember.
And you got Timmy with him too,
That's
so
what
like,
I'm
you
saying,
know that's
like,
cohesion right there.
and you
You
can-
have a good team. You have a good team. I just am skeptical on the Larry Bird matchup. Who's he guarding? But honestly, I can't say that anything's going to be too much of a downfall for him. It's a solid team, bro.
It's all.
And so I love when this happens on the pod when I can truly admit and say, I don't know who wins that game.
I forget who I had him.
Who was your 6th man?
My 6th man. I forget.
I think it was Jamal.
Was it Jamal? Yeah, probably was.
Blow nigga Ralph last episode was like Scottie Pippen, and I said, "Oh yeah, he came off the bench in Portland, right? Nigga, he was the starting small forward in
What was
in
it?
Portland.
Houston?
No,
was
he
it
was-
Houston? That he
Yeah,
came out the
I
bench?
think it was.
Houston?
Yeah, he was a starter in Portland.
He was a starter in
I
Portland.
think he came out the bench in Houston though.
Was it Houston, bro? When he was on Houston, was that with T-Mac?
No, that was with Charles Barkley and Hakeem.
Nah, Charles was already out of the league, nigga. Hakeem was already out of the league too.
When he was in Houston?
Scottie was in Houston?
Yeah, with not Houston. Was it Houston? Yeah, it was Houston.
No, he was in Portland, bro.
No, he started in Portland. Yeah.
He went Chicago, Portland, and then where'd he go? I thought he finished with Portland. Scottie was on Houston?
Let's find out right now.
Yeah, find out real quick before we move on. We gotta get to this. Wait, while he does that, Beasley, who's your favorite sports teams? Basketball, football.
I don't have any.
No favorites? You're not a
Nah,
Cleveland
I just-
all around guy?
I just like watching. So like even soccer, Major League Soccer. I went to a Columbus Crew game. I guess I'm a.
Are those your
Crew fan. I went
guys?
to FC
Columbus?
Cincinnati. No.
You just like whatever.
I just like whatever. I really enjoy sports, competing. Anybody who takes the time to dedicate to their craft and become the best at what they do. Outside of golf, I wouldn't go watch golf. Like I don't play golf. Like I wouldn't go to a golf course to like watch some. You know how like people like go to a golf event to watch.
Yeah, you wouldn't do
I
that.
wouldn't do that.
But
I
major
would-
sporting stuff.
But major sporting events, I would go. Like I respect each craft. And
So
and
no
what it is.
favorite teams.
No favorite teams.
Gotcha.
No favorite
I
teams.
feel that.
Scotty never came off the bench,
Never in his life, right? Ralph.
but he did play for Houston.
Ralph. Stop smoking weed, nigga. Oh, he
But
did play for Houston,
He
though?
did play for Houston for 1 year.
That was in between Portland and...
Correct.
For
Chicago.
1 year, right? With Barkley, they tried to get a ring.
Correct.
Yeah. I
Correct.
know what you're talking about. Yep.
And that year he started. He played 50 games. He started 50 games.
Yeah, that was the lockout year, right?
Who do y'all think was the better six-man, Lou Will or Jamal Crawford?
Jamal.
What do the numbers say?
We can do that.
They both have 3, right?
What, six-man of the year awards? I believe so.
I think they both, or 2.
I mean, they both played like 17 seasons as well.
Yeah, they both have a lot of.
Yeah, that's the thing with doing any, like I said, any All-Star 5 or best player of all time. It's like, that's the beauty of the game, though, right? These players are given the intangibles. They can't control how tall they are, how fast they are for the most part. Like,
No.
they just work with it and become great. And it's like comparing one person's greatness to a different person's greatness to a different era, to a different journey. It's like, you really gonna make me be... I'm God right now. Is that what
That's
you're
a
saying?
fact. That's
I'm
a fact.
God, and I gotta choose. Like,
That's a
nah,
fact.
bro, I can't.
Nah, I feel you. It's hard. No, it's really hard.
It's hard.
Because when you get up to those greats like that, on any given day, one's gonna beat the other. Magic and Bird went at it for 10 years back and forth. It's a perfect example. So when you get up there, it's just gonna be who has the
KG.
yeah, it's gonna be whoever has the better day.
So the numbers are pretty much the same.
Is this Lou Will and Jamal?
Correct.
Yeah, and they both have 2, right?
Jamal
No one has 3, I don't.
Jamal pretty much averaged 15 points a game. Lou Williams averaged 14. 2 rebounds a game for each. Three assisted games for each. Same amount of steals, one per game. And a quarter of a blocking game. That don't even count.
Shooting percentage.
Let's see.
Jamal's is probably way lower. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
what I
way
would
lower.
think.
It's not way lower. Jamal 41. Lou Williams 42.
Oh shit, that's
What about
not.
threes?
But Jamal's
From
the
three?
all-time leader in
Jamal
4-point plays.
35%. Lou Williams 35 pretty much. Yeah, pretty much the same.
They're the same player. Whoever you pick, it
Interesting.
doesn't matter, right?
Points per game. Lou Will had more points per game. He had 22.6.
Best season.
Jamal
Yeah.
Crawford had 20.6. But I'm pretty sure Lou Williams had more minutes than Jamal.
Okay,
If
that
you
makes
wanted-
sense.
So, do y'all think Ginobili's beating either of those players in numbers?
He has more clutch moments and more impactful moments than them two, for sure. From the teams he played for.
If I could redo if I could redo mine, I would probably maybe pick Ginobili, but I'm already picked Jamal, so I'm just gonna stand on that.
Fair enough.
All right, Beasley, let's get into it real quick about you, man. I do want to talk about the first time I ever met you. Starland in Hanover.
I was just telling you, I have that video.
So Starland in Hanover. I believe my team was cooking that day, and then we won like 2 or 3, and then the 4th game, it was either 3rd or 4th game. We either won 2 or 3. A team was, nigga, I didn't know what was going on. I remember we could not get a bucket, nothing. And I was being a point guard, and the first interaction between me and Beasley. Beasley's never really seen me play before up until this point. I didn't know who the fuck Beasley was. I'm standing on like the 3-point line. He's on the sideline because he has next, and he says, "You need to take over. You need to score." I was like, "Well, shit. I'm trying to be a point guard." He's like, "I don't care." He's like, "I don't care. You need to score." Yeah, we still lost though. But that was the first interaction with Beasley. I guess you could say game recognizes game. And then after that, I started looking and, studying, seeing who this nigga was. This is a hooper, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. And that's why he's a guest on our episode today. Because I saw that day and lots after what this man was about. So I do want to start it out Let's go way back, Beasley. You said Columbus? Cincinnati, Ohio. Freshman year, what high school?
Coleraine High School.
Coleraine High School. Were you on freshman?
No, I didn't make the freshman team.
You did not make the freshman team.
No, I did not.
As a freshman?
No, I did not.
I feel like that's important to really just let that sit for a second, especially for the listeners that have been here and anybody that knows about my journey and knows how much I progressed. I was on the freshman team. So hearing that from somebody of this caliber, it's intriguing. Whole year, what'd you do?
I would just go to the Y and hoop.
Just play pickup?
Yeah, I was
with
just
the older niggas and whoever was there.
Whoever was there. Wintertime is a little slower than most because
of course, because everyone's in season.
Right, but I remember that winter for Christmas, I asked my mom for a basketball, and she got me we have like the state balls. Like y'all don't have.
Was it a TF?
Nah, it was a Wilson. It was a Wilson, OSHA.
But Wilson, Ohio for their high school. Mm-hmm. OSHA, Ohio State High School. Yeah. Okay.
State Athletic Association.
What kind of ball? Like what was it similar to?
What do you mean?
Was it similar to
one
like
of those
TF?
like Wilsons?
Oh, like the college Wilson?
Like the Spalding.
The Spalding TF, like 1000.
No, I gotta see it. It's like the I want to say the Wilsons that like everybody be having. Or maybe
the evolutions.
Yeah,
that everyone has now.
Like one of those.
Like the first Nikes, those type of I know what you're talking about. My high school had those Nikes. So, what about sophomore year? Obviously, you grinded.
No, I didn't. I didn't try out sophomore year.
So you
I guess
did
like
not
around
play basketball sophomore year either.
No. What did I do? I think I was still at the Y, just like hooping and stuff.
I am fucking dumbfounded right now, ladies and gentlemen. What year did you first play organized basketball in high school?
My junior year, I played JV.
Me too. I'm a JV junior guy too. Did you start?
I think most games, but there were some games I came off the bench.
Wow, so were you good?
I didn't really. That's the thing. I didn't
Look back
really
at it now. Were you shitty?
I was okay. I played hard.
Were you this?
I was
nigga?
like a.
Oh my.
I'll put it like this. Like I didn't start getting good until towards the end of my senior year, as in like the new year, like 2010. But at that point, like it was already, as maybe we'll get into, it was already like too late by that time.
So junior year, you were kind of just like iffy, and you just said senior year, and you graduated 2010, right?
Yeah.
You started senior?
No, I was like the 11th man.
You were the 11th man.
Yeah, our team was solid. So there was actually.
Nigga, did you even play?
I averaged 4 minutes a game. So there was some games I played like maybe 6 or 8 minutes because we were up by wide, and some games not at all.
Besides some boys in your squad.
Some games a minute or two.
Wow.
It was an interesting situation because like the team, like the core guys, like had like went to the same middle school together, went to the same.
So there's a lot of chemistry with those guys.
Yeah, with those guys, and our team was just good. Like we had some hoopers. Bam was our point guard. He played football. Ended up playing college football. Our 2 guard was like a freaking. I was gonna say Larry Bird, but nah. He's catch and shoot Quiggs. He would hit. We had 6'6" at the 3. We had Jared Grace at the 4. He was played Notre Dame, college football. Yeah. And then we had a 6'6" at the rim, Ben. Shout out to Ben. So we had, and then off the bench we had guys who could play defense, you know what I mean? So it was, the depth chart was long, and before the senior season, like I had like a decision to make. Like it was either like stay in that district or like move to a different district and play for, I guess, like Northwest. It was another school in the same school district, but I decided to stay just because like we was in the gym like grinding. Like we all knew that like that year was gonna be like a good year for us.
Did y'all win? Did y'all win conference or league?
We didn't win the GMC, but we did go to the I don't know, what was it, the sectional finals with the last 16 teams. So we lost against Northland, and they had like Trey Berg, Jarek Sellinger. I actually got some minutes that game, which was dope.
This nigga said Trey Berg and Jarek Sellinger.
They had JD Weatherspoon.
Oh yeah,
shit.
Yeah, they had.
That's the squad, nigga.
Yeah, they was.
That's the dude that went to Ohio State, right?
Yeah, I believe so. He went some other places and then ended up at Ohio State and then overseas for a while. But yeah, that's my high school right there. Just
so
practice player.
Let me get this straight. Didn't play freshman year. Didn't play sophomore year. JV junior year, and you only started sometimes, most of the times, but there were some games.
Yeah.
11th man, 10th man as a senior. What happened the first year after you graduated? Did you go to school? What did you go to JUCO? What happened?
Nah, so I was super ignorant on how playing basketball in college worked. I just assumed that by being a bench warmer, a coach would be like, I want that kid. So I ended up going to Mount St. Joseph like the previous summers. I was doing like some summer programs. Like you get like college credits by like staying on campus for a couple weeks, whatever. So I was like, all right, I'll just go to Mount St. Joseph and walk on. Like,
what level is that?
D3. It was a D3 school in Cincinnati.
That's in Cincinnati.
And they play a really good conference and everything like that. I didn't know that at the time. It was just a school I just went.
Are they in that conference that travels? Like they have to get on planes to go to their other, because there's like schools in New York that they play against and shit like that.
Most of their games are in the Midwest.
It's all in the
I would
Midwest.
say like max like 5 or 6 hour drives.
Okay.
Yeah, but nothing too crazy. But that conference is, yeah, I'll get into that maybe later.
It's a good D3 conference.
Yeah, really good D3 conference. They produce a lot of good players.
And now, were you just taking classes there, or were you on the squad?
I was just taking classes, and I like ended up, like I just started showing up to everything. Like just showed up to the conditioning, just showed up to the open gyms. Like
because it's D3,
it's
you kind of
just D3. You just can do that. Like I figured out who was on the team.
And then you tried out on October 15th.
Yeah, that day. But I was already like with the team, whatever. Tried out, made the team.
So you made it, and this was freshman year.
Freshman year, but I want to preface it as in like they had like a JV team, you know, like some.
So you were on the JV.
I was on the JV team of a college D3 team.
There's a JV team at my old school now.
Yeah,
they didn't have it when I was there, but you know one of the kids, Kid Kyrie or whatever. Yeah. He's is he good?
I would say I would love to see you and him play against each other.
Don't do that. I
would love to see that.
This nigga is talking about about to be 32-year-old starting point guard at the school that this kid is on JV on. Don't do that to me.
No, I'm saying it. Okay. Oh.
Now he's probably just gonna like. What he does probably have on me is a little bit of speed because he's fucking 21. But
Yeah.
like, I promise you, I've seen the video. 21-year-old Ant, his speed is nothing compared to what Ant's speed was. But even now, 32-year-old Ant, bro, I don't think me and him are in the same ballpark as far as skill goes. I've talked to his coach, and his coach did have high praise for him because I did want to know. He's got like 50K viewers, 310K followers, some shit. You know, he's not bad. His videos look good, so I was interested on how he is. And I was told that he does have a bright future if he stays committed. But you tell me you want to see me and him against me. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I just think it'd be a good game because y'all are two guards, smaller guards, play the same position, literally do the same things.
I think
on
I'm
the
too
court.
big for him. Pause. Wait, how tall is he? He looks 5'9", 5'8".
He's about that.
I'm a big point guard. Come on.
How tall are you?
I think I'm 6 foot, bro.
We're the same height.
No, you're not, Beasley. You're like a 6'2" power forward, nigga.
I'm 6 foot.
6'2" power forward.
I'm 6'2".
You're definitely a little bit taller than me. It's like an inch.
I'm 6 foot, bro.
6'1". You're not 6 foot, bro. What'd they line you up at your college?
That's a guard. What you mean?
No. What was your height that they put on the thing?
6 foot.
You're lying.
Oh no! They put 6'3".
Yeah, so I'm going to take an
6'3".
inch off of that. You're 6'2".
I'm not.
They always give you an extra inch, so you're 6'2".
No, my arms are just mad long.
No, your arms are fucking. You got those fucking.
I have a 6'7".
You got a orangutan on?
I could probably reach across and adjust your mic.
No, that's a fact. I think the better matchup that you want to see is Josh Bonnie versus him.
Yes, I would love to see that.
That's
too.
the matchup.
I would
that's
love
the
to
matchup.
see that. We
Like,
need to set that up.
We do need
that
to.
would
That's
be-
the matchup.
That is YouTube
for
premium ticket quality.
I love Bonnie, bro.
matchup.
Bonnie's I love Bonnie. But as far as like just basketball IQ and skill, me and Bonnie are not in the same.
Yeah, he needs some more.
We're not in
IQ.
the same. Like
He's
where
not.
I might lack now that I'm 32 years old, bro. Where I might lack athleticism. My IQ just is far superior. Like you know what I mean? Like the IQ is just far superior from them. But that's besides the point. We got off topic a little bit. Let's go back. We were talking about freshman year, right?
Yeah.
You made the team. What did they line you up as?
I was a guard. At that time, I was like 6 foot 220, 225. Yeah.
Now, were you like a little?
No,
you
I
were a
was
little
fat.
You were kind of fat.
No.
Not kind
I think
of.
you said you were
Nigga-
kind of fat.
Nigga was
like,
fat.
I was fat.
Okay.
Fat. I gained
Okay.
a freshman 20. Yeah, I know it's 15, but I gained like 20, 25 pounds. It was crazy.
Isn't that for college too? Or high school?
That's what he's talking about. That's what he's
Oh,
talking
okay,
Freshman.
okay.
Freshman year of
Bitch
college.
was booted.
Yeah.
Look at the smile. Look at the smile. That boy smiling. My ties from the China. That should be our new sponsor. Shout out to China, nigga. So, freshman year, you didn't start, right?
What, you talking about on the JV team?
Oh, you did start. Yeah.
No.
No, you didn't start JV either?
Hell no.
Bro, this is wild
Hell no.
because y'all don't know. I know how this story ends. I am dumbfounded right now because I have never sat down and talked to Beast. I am on his podcast. Let's shout it out real quick.
The BTO podcast and the Beast Mentality podcast.
What networks are streaming? What's
Streaming on Spotify, Apple Music. Just type in Dashawn Beasley and both of those podcasts will pop up.
Boom.
Check him out.
Make sure you check them out. But I know how this story ends. This is why I'm tripping. Freshman year didn't start on JV at a D3. So now let's go into sophomore year. What's that talking about?
So I actually went to school just in the fall, and then the fall semester actually took off. I got on academic probation. I wasn't keeping my grades up, so they were going to take my academic scholarship. So I was just working at factories, I was working at Outback Steakhouse, so I had like a couple jobs bringing some money in.
You're making money, not really focused on basketball too much, huh?
I mean, I was still like going to university and playing like intramurals.
Okay.
Like I was still hooping.
Okay.
Like at that time frame in my life, like I was like low key homeless, so I was like staying in some dorm rooms. Like I was sleeping at a friend's house, like who lived near UC. Like
Yeah.
I had one of my homies who lived like in the burbs. It's not the burbs, but I say the burbs. That's in like it's 40 minutes outside the city.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So
Now,
like.
what was your mindset then? So you weren't on the team and you're working. Like, was your mindset like, were you like, I'm gonna make it back, or was it kind of like you were just going with the flow?
I mean, I knew my goal was to play college basketball, but I feel like putting myself back in that 19-year-old space, I was more so like blaming other people for my problems, like as in, and not really like I didn't understand what the process was. I never really did understand what the process was. That was weird. But I think that, yeah, I can hear myself now.
Yeah, now you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I think that what was going through my mind was honestly just survival. I knew I wanted to go back to school. I didn't know how I was going to get there. The lifestyle that I was living at that time was going to get me there. It was just a bunch of drinking and going out. And, I mean, when you're 19, hanging out with 35, 40-year-olds working at a factory, like, what are they doing? Just getting their money and
going out,
Going
getting
out,
drunk,
getting drunk,
going home to their wives, or
bars.
trying to get some random pussy. Like they're not really.
Yeah, so that was an interesting time frame because I was able to like really sit down and ask myself like, what do I want out of life? Like, what do I want? So yeah, and then that spring semester I got back enrolled. I was still on probation, academic probation. So they were giving me a scholarship, but I had to maintain a 3.0, at least a 3.0. So I was just going to school, was still like homeless, staying wherever, washing my clothes at the school because laundry was free and I knew how to get up there. So that was dope. And just working out. Like I think that spring I lost like maybe 15, 20 pounds. So I got down to like 215. I ended up ballooning up to like 240 at my max. Like
When you weren't playing.
yeah, I would say the max was 240, and then I dropped like 25 again, just hooping. Shout out to my boy Jason. I was like staying at his crib. He lived at UC. My man Juice. Yeah. So that's what I was. That was my
UC,
sophomore
University
year.
of Cincinnati, right?
Yeah. He lived
Bearcats.
like on that camp. Yeah.
Bearcats, yep.
Go Bearcats.
Wow. So that all happens. Your goal is you're gonna play college basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't. That wasn't your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Next year, was that sophomore year? Did you come back to school the next year?
So I went back to school, but actually, yeah, I ended up going to a community college. I got into some trouble in the city, doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. Nothing crazy, but like I got caught like shoplifting at Walmart, and
I've
then
been there.
at that same time, like
Not at Walmart.
I've been there.
yeah,
Brennan, my homie, Brennan just asked me yesterday. He was like, "Yo, remember when you got caught stealing from Walmart?"
yeah, in those young times. But and then so remember at that time I'm like homeless, so like I'm just staying wherever. So in my book bag, I have some tree and a scale.
Oh,
So I get caught stealing in Walmart with
a tree
and a
in your
scale.
bag.
Okay, so now it's a totally different conversation.
And we're in Ohio.
And we're in
We're in
Cincinnati.
Ohio.
We're in Ohio in 2012. So okay, so that's a thing. I ended up luckily at that time I wasn't working at Outback. I was working at Payless. So that day I didn't have to work. But this is the summer. I would say that happened in maybe June. So I had like a month and a half, 2 months to kind of decide what I was going to do. I went to Hocking Community College. I don't know if you know where Ohio University is, like one of the top party schools.
And it's right next to that, pretty much.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes away. So yeah, that's where I ended up going, and was just hoping, like obviously with legal things, it doesn't happen right then. You gotta wait. So I think my court date wasn't for like another like 5 months. So I was like, yo, I'll enroll in this school and keep striving towards my initial goal, and then we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah.
Luckily, I ended up just getting, because I guess like the public defender kind of went through like everything I was doing already, like literally just showing like it's just a kid who made a mistake.
And he's he's going to college. He's trying
going
to
to
play
college, trying to play basketball. He has all these jobs. He's working. Like was homeless at the time. Like blah 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 blah. And like he was like it's crazy. Like I never paid a fine for it. Like it's off my record to this day. Like it dismissed everything, expunged all that.
You
like,
did what you needed to. And now
no,
did you play?
that's the thing. Like I didn't do anything.
You were
didn't
doing
do-
stuff for you, but in the court's eyes, they were saying he's doing everything he should be doing as a kid trying to better himself.
Yeah, so they were like, so they just
Let's
like,
not take this away from him.
yeah. So that was definitely like a wake up call for sure. Like, all right, I gotta
That's
keep
technically
going.
your third year of college now. Like technically.
Yeah, this is going into my third year.
And you played?
My fourth semester. No, they didn't have a team. So I went out there because I knew if I was going to stay in the city, because I wasn't involved in, I wasn't involved in it, but like I was around it. So I was involved in it.
Some bullshit.
Exactly.
You know, I know what
exactly.
You mean.
So
People know what you mean.
So I had to put myself in an environment where there's nothing out there but basketball and the books. So that's where I went, and I was able to be in the gym whenever I wanted to, lifting weights. Like that's actually where I dropped like another like 10 pounds. That's when I actually like learned about the process as far as like working on your skill and working on your game
And being the best you can be.
Yeah,
As far as basketball
like,
goes.
because I never had a jump shot, but during that time frame,
You got.
That's when I was able to like, yeah.
So that means from your first year of playing college basketball, you didn't play college basketball again until your fourth year.
So I was 21.
Basically your fourth year, where some people are seniors. You're about to technically be in your sophomore year, and this was at a JUCO, or where was this at?
So this was at Wright State Lake. It's like they're in the USCAA conference.
What level is that?
That's like, the thing with that is they're independent. So like
they play D1s, they play D2s,
yeah,
they play D3s. It's like Fisher.
Exactly.
Shout out Johnny. He
Yeah.
plays Fisher.
Oh, Johnny does.
Johnny went to Fisher, yeah.
Oh,
so, and they're
okay.
independent. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was thinking about coaching there because they had
At
a
Fisher?
coaching opening.
You should have. If they still have it, I encourage. You're a guy for that job, especially when it comes to individual skills for the players and connecting with the players. Especially now knowing your story like this, because there's at least 2 guys on every college team that is similar story. You know what I mean? At least one, I want to say, that has a similar story. Whether they're the starter or they're the last guy on the bench, they still have a similar story. So I feel like you would be a great guy to connect with. Now, were you starting?
Yeah, so I went out there, like how that story happened. One of the guys I used to go to the Y with, I used to hoop with him. He was from North College Hill, where I'm sure y'all have heard of OJ Mayo, Bill Walker, the high school that they came from. So that's where he went. They would always come to the Y. He invited me to this pro-am in Kentucky, Maysville, Kentucky, in the hood in Kentucky. That was actually fun. It's called the Dirt Ball. So a bunch of pros. This is my first time at any type of like high level. Seen it on TV. I went to this is my first time playing in a pro-am high level comp. But I went out there. He was like, "What you doing for school?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm trying to figure some shit out." Like, it's end of July, so I mean, like, school starts in like 14 days.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, I'm going to the school." I emailed the coach. They need players. Like, we can just go and walk on and take over the team. And so we looked up into it. Some school in Salina, Ohio, middle of nowhere. I think the closest city is probably Columbus. That's 2 hours. Cincinnati's 2 hours as well. Like, it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
That's crazy.
We was renting a room from the assistant coach.
That's
and
even crazier.
So we just drove up there. We tied him. He had a mattress at his crib. He tied it on top of the car. I just had some blankets, so I was like, I'll just sleep on the floors, whatever. And
you went through a whole college school year like that.
The first semester we did. The second semester, so my boy Jalen didn't do it. We were playing amazing. So the year previous, I think they maybe won like 5 games. I think we started off like 6-3. My boy Jalen was leading the league in points. I was like top 5 in points, rebounds, and assists.
Sophomore year.
This is my sophomore year, so we're killing it. Like, I mean, but we got to do like if me and him don't have a double, we lose. Like,
yeah.
But it was fun for me because I was able to actually play and become the player that I wish I could have been that whole time. But like the timing was just. But anywho, he didn't take care of his grades, so he got sent home. So now it's just me. And then one of my other guys, Ryan. Well, Ryan was already on the team. It's kind of like the whole. When D Wade and LeBron teamed up in Miami, and like Chris Bosh was like,
it was
kind of like the shadow, like. But Chris Bosh was cool with it. But like this guy Ryan, like initially, like it was a little hard because he was losing shots. He was losing a considerable amount of shots for sure. But we ended up like teaming up, playing well together. Like we took the team to the conference Final Four. First time in a while. Really good end of the season. But during that time, I was just staying on somebody's couch.
The whole time?
The whole time. They had some dorm apartments, and I was just staying on the couch, thugging it out because I didn't have any money to pay for.
A college student trying to do what you can do.
I ain't have that, so I was just.
Oodles and noodles?
Did I have a car then?
Nigga said oodles and noodles.
Oh, okay. On weekends, so one of my coaches and trainers, he lived still in Ohio University. And at the time, my girlfriend who I was dating, she played for Ohio University, but that year she got kicked off the team because of grades and some other stuff. So on weekends, I would go stay with them, but like Monday through Thursday, because I had classes Monday through Thursday. So Monday through Thursday, I'm sleeping on the couch, and then on weekends, I'm up out of there, and I'm actually sleeping in a bed in
Yeah,
Ohio
yeah.
University and able to get in the gym and doing those things.
So then, junior year, you stayed at that school?
Junior year, I stayed. I was able to live on campus, and we were able to recruit players.
So now you were starting to really get. What were they lining you up as?
I was a guard, so I was initially the two guard, but once my homie left, like I was the point.
You were the point.
I was the point forward, so I was scoring
Yeah,
from everywhere.
okay.
I
And so
was
you played
rebounding
your
the
third
ball.
year. Now,
Yeah.
was this your home? Did you stay there senior year too?
Yes, I did.
They were
due to
D2 now,
unfortunate-
right?
No, they were still like independent, but we were playing some
Most
really
of
good
it.
schools.
Okay.
Like we were playing some really good NAIA programs. We were playing some really good D2s because we started to get the.
Attention once y'all were winning and everything.
Well, not even that. We started to get the players to be able to compete.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that first year, we really had to stay pretty local because we didn't have the talent to compete.
Yeah.
But like after that first year, we started like killing everybody, like competing against some of these bigger name programs. We're like, oh, okay, like now we're able to like bring more players. So like that was a really cool experience because I was pretty much like set to be in charge of that stuff.
Yeah,
like
your senior year, you were the man, huh?
Well, I'm saying like even going into my junior year,
okay.
like yeah.
So
like,
you kind of had the green light junior year and senior year.
I would say so, yeah. I didn't take advantage of it my senior year, but like
Were you first option?
no, I willingly became like second or third.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I
You
wouldn't.
could have been first option, but
I willingly became like second or third.
okay. So we go from not even making the team freshman and sophomore year in high school, and now you're a starting college player, sophomore, junior, and senior year. I mean, dude, I just want to give it up for you, man.
Poetry snaps. That's the next
Yeah,
one.
that's
You gotta get the
that's
poetry
impressive,
snaps.
bro.
Poetry snaps.
That's crazy. And now we take it even one step further. You graduate, bro. You become a pro.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Hold on before you talk to me about that. Remember earlier I talked to you guys about the first time I met Beasley and everything, blah blah blah. Like everything happens. I played with him a bunch of times, right? Like after that. One of those times being a game winner in his grill.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look, I went 0 for 10 from 3-point line all game.
I would be hot.
Beasley came late
I
to
would
the
be
game.
hot.
Beasley came late to the game, bro. But he for sure saw me miss like 4. And he was guarding me in the corner on the last play, like one of the last plays of the game. It was like 15 seconds left, bro. And somebody drove, kicked it out to me. He fucking closed out hard. It wasn't an easy shot, bro, and it was cash.
I would be hot.
1 for 11,
I would
nigga.
be-
Game
I
winner.
would be hot.
Game winner, nigga. But I played against Beasley a lot after the first time seeing him, right? That day. I've never seen Beasley dunk. I've seen him tap out. I've seen him play really fucking big. That's why I was wondering, like, so much what position he lined up at. Because I've seen him be down low with a bunch of big men, take one power dribble and go up and slap backboard on everybody. And I'm like, hold on, nigga, what the fuck? Where did that come from? But this man posted a video, bro, like a Throwback Thursday video at the Orlando summer event, like the summer league. You know the gym in Orlando for the NBA summer league? Yeah, that gym. Who were you playing with?
That was when I was playing with the semi-pro team, the Florida Flight.
Florida Flight. This man went coast to coast, bro, and took off from the volleyball line and dunked on a 7-footer type shit.
He wasn't quite 7 foot, but
Let me hype you up. I had to
He said,
ask
"Let me
this
hype
nigga. I had to ask this nigga.
Right.
Was that you?
He said, "Was that you?"
I said, was that you? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, what? What? Bro. Bishop. Nigga. I'm talking. Off for 1 foot, bro. Just got the rebound, went down the court and just. Bro. That's crazy.
You gotta get these knees back.
So talk to me about the pro life.
So very short lived, if I'm being honest. Like right after that, I got invited on this trip PhD Hoops, the company I actually work for now, we went on a tour to Spain and Italy. So we were playing against some pro teams in Spain and Italy during that
like
time
a showcase
frame.
tour to see if you could, like someone might recruit you type shit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The initial sell of it is mainly just to explore the country. Like, you know, you're gonna play some games, you're gonna have some practices.
But it's really like a vacation.
It's pretty much like
if
a vacation.
you don't get recruited.
Vacation with some hooping. Like, if you're good enough, create your own opportunity.
Yeah.
We're not saying, like, but yeah.
It's no promises, but the opportunity is there.
Yeah, and like at this stage, like shout out to one of my mentors, Jason Seeley. Like, he ingrained in me the idea of, like, you're always a pro. Like, you're always representing yourself wherever you go. So, like, when I go over there or when we're at these games, like, you know, I'm talking to the fans, I'm talking to the coaches. I mean, people who I don't know are the coaches and GMs and the movers and shakers. But, like, this one game in Italy, for example, ended up meeting one of the guys who played on the other team. He was, like, part owner. He's like, hey, we want to sign you and this other kid on your team. Started getting down to, like, the contract signing. And this is back before AI, Google Translate, and all that stuff. So the contract's all in Italian.
You had to have someone translate
and all
that shit.
I had to have somebody to translate. I had to find somebody. But by that time, they filled it. So I missed out on that. So at that point, because I was banking on that contract.
Yeah.
Because that was the only look I had. I had another one in some very small town in the I don't know why I can't think of that country, but I had an offer there. But outside of that, I had no other opportunities. But I ended up finding about this pro team in Florida. It wasn't the Florida flight. It was this team. I ended up talking to the owner. He's like, yeah, we come down here, we fly to all these places, we play in showcase, we get you showcase, whatever. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I'm about to move to Orlando, Florida then. So, like, I pack up my 2006 Toyota Corolla, and I drive down to Orlando, like, book an Airbnb for 3 months. I'm like, I'm going to be here for a couple months. I'm going to sign a contract. We out. He's like, oh, I get there. He's like, oh, yeah, a bunch of our players just got signed, so we don't have a team this year.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So at this point, I'm in Orlando, got to get a job.
That's why you played with
the Florida Flight. I knew nothing about this team, but then somebody ended up meeting people hooping at different places, and they put me on like, hey, there's gonna be trials for this pro team here. So that was how that happened, and that was like, I mean, that's the start of the pro career right there. Once I got a taste of it, I've realized that, like, creating your own opportunity was the way to do that.
And where'd you go next?
So I was there for 3 years. I was trying out for different clubs, different programs. We were slotted to go to China, but a tsunami had hit China, so that trip got canceled. So I decided to invest in myself, and I tried out for some teams in Paris, tried out for some teams in London, just to look for my next opportunity. And then after that, I realized, like, because during that whole time, I'm, like, coaching and training kids.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm, like, really enjoying developing kids and doing that process. And through doing that, I'm becoming
you're doing now, by the way, just to let everybody know. If you
Yeah,
do want to get your skills right, if you have kids or anything, please tap in with Beasley.
So, so, like, during that process, I'm, like, teaching kids, but more importantly, I'm becoming a much better player because I'm understanding the game.
Yeah, once you're coaching it, you're starting to see things.
I'm starting to see.
You're starting to learn, like, yo, I'm shooting bad shots.
Yeah.
I'm shooting really bad shots sometimes.
And this is why it's a bad shot.
I'm not playing defense the way I should.
So then the TBL, which it was in its first
I know what you're talking about, and then it all crumbled and everything.
No, the TBL that's, like, going to today.
Right now.
So
yeah.
Daniel Magley, he was the owner of the Canadian League. He wanted to start a league in the United States. It was the first year, so, like, he was personally, like, going to different cities and holding.
When it first started, I remember that when it was
so,
first
like,
the big thing.
So, like, at that time, I mean, you know, you're talking contracts like $3,000, whatever. So I went to a couple of trials to try out. I ended up not making it, but later down the line, I ended up walking on to, like, a couple TBL teams. So that's when it kind of opened my eyes, like, oh, like, you can get paid, like, stateside to hoop. Like, I didn't know that. But that's, like, the extent of, like, the pro career. Like, I got a taste of it in Spain and Italy. I was out there for about a month and a half, played semi-pro in Florida. and then just going out and trying out for different teams. And then even to today, like now, I get contracted out to go like work with programs and work with their like under.
So
20
now,
men. So,
now you're getting paid to go literally train all these teams that you were grinding to try to make.
And like play for
And
like
also
and
you're
like
the
play
player
for
coach.
and it's so dope because
How
like
weird is that? Like
I would've
surreal
never,
is that?
I would have never thought, but like that's the thing, like with exposure when it comes to anything, finances, whatever. When I was in London, there was this coach. Shout out to JJ. He connected me with this coach somehow roundabout a way. We got connected, whatever. He's 40 years old. He lives in London. He's coaching and playing on a pro team in London. Just cause I'm like, yo, he's like, you can do that? He's like, yeah, like there's clubs that like will pay you to coach and play like.
So one of our guests before AC, he actually does that in Germany for football. He's the player and the coach. He teaches them all football, and then he goes out there and lines up at every position imaginable. So that is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like just to think about it.
You old Bill Russell had that.
Old Bill Russell.
It's a lot of experience in the last
You went
12
from,
years.
we're going to do it again. You went from not even making freshman and sophomore. And then now you're coaching.
Yeah.
And
Coaching
playing. Coaching and playing.
Coaching, yeah.
Because you're like the most skilled on the team, but you also need everyone to develop them same skills you have. Beasley, this is what we do on this podcast, man. I want to give you your flowers, bro. I want to congratulate you on a great career. It's not over yet, as you still are playing and coaching. You're still coaching. As I said, if anybody wants to develop, please tap in with Beasley. Beasley, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Beast Training Online, beasttrainingonline.com. My personal Instagram, Coach_Bees, BEAS. And I'm always down to hoop. Like, I'm always hooping, like basketball. As you can probably hear from the story, like, saved my life, like, essentially. So, like, everything I pour into the game, like, the people that you meet, like, I never would have met him if it wasn't for basketball. I never would have met, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So,
It's something that basketball does.
It's networking.
But I really do want to give you your flowers,
it's
man.
networking through networking.
Hey.
Bars.
Hey.
Bars.
Hey. So I do though. I really do want to give you your flowers. I feel like, our level, we don't get enough of our flowers that we deserve. So I do want to congratulate you. I want everyone that's listening to this episode is probably giving you the thumbs up, congratulating, giving you the snaps, the claps, whatever it is for a phenomenal career. Way to stay with it, head down, never give up. It's important that all of you guys heard that story because mine is similar with the homelessness, the not making teams. It's just a testament on, never just keep grinding. What someone might tell you you're not good at or you can't make here, there's another coach here that sees everything you're great at and they take you for that.
Right.
Don't run from the grind, but don't settle for that coach that is not seeing your value, right? And with all that being said, Beasley, you having a great career and everything. We love bigging our guests up just to say, tell me about a time you got torched.
A time I got torched?
Yeah, one time on a single play where the whole gym was like, ooh, and then a whole game where you just could not stick the nigga the whole time.
It's tough. So I played against some like really good comp. I can't say. So when I think of torch, I think of like just somebody just scoring on me consistently. There's
So
nothing I
give
can
me
do.
something like that, and then also give me just like a play where you got your ankles broken, maybe you got dunked on.
The one time I got dunked on was at a YMCA, a putback dunk. What?
At a Y though? Out of all places you play pro ball at a Y?
No, this was
You get dunked on at the Y, fam?
So this was like 2012.
Okay, we're bringing it back to
So-
the Beasley days where the skill wasn't there yet.
No, but it wasn't even that. But like all the college guys, so like again, all the kids that we grew up, because that YMCA was a hub. Like
Yeah.
Like
It's-
hella neighborhoods to come.
It's like how we be doing when we go really get it in for I know what
right,
you mean, yeah.
right. So a bunch of guys come back from college. So like
You got dunked on by the
Oh,
real deal.
no.
Someone that was real deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it was just a putback. Like it wasn't really anything
On your
crazy.
head? Like the nuts was on your head?
No.
Did you feel anything on your neck?
I did not. Nah, I felt a leg on my head, but
The third one?
the third one,
This man.
that's a super.
Pause.
Why you asking those kind of
And then he's
Bro, that's how it
insinuating-
happens when you get dunked on a putback. You
He's
get
he's
one of those,
insinuating.
bro. Right?
But yeah, that's probably the
that's
one.
the only like torch you could think of on a play.
Yeah, on a single play.
All right,
yeah.
who gave you the absolute work for a whole game and you couldn't stop him?
Regulation or pickup?
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
Even though I feel like pickup is worse.
Well, it depends on where the
Is it?
pickup is, because
Pickup
depends
is
on where
no
the
help
pickup is.
side.
Nah, because
It's strictly 1-on-1. You get your man. It's a bucket.
and bro, you could be guarding a fucking NBA player in pickup. Like, come on. Doesn't mean it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like there's a lot of people who've scored on me. I
But
don't
who
wanna
could
make
you
it
just
sound
not
like-
stop? Like, that you remember, like, yo, he torched me. Everybody gets up on here, don't want to admit getting fucking torched. Dude.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's
It's
a lot
happened
of
too many times.
there's a lot of players
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've never. So I guess one player would be Ben Harmon. This is when I was at Mount St. Joseph. Like he was definitely a D1 player, but grades and all that stuff. But in practice, nobody ever wanted to guard him.
Oh, he was your
Nobody
teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
oh,
ever
the
wanted to
dude
guard
you
him.
was talking about earlier.
I don't think I mentioned him earlier, but he was that guy at that school. Like he was averaging like 23.
Oh,
games.
this was at your D3.
Mount St.
At your
Joseph.
D3. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But like in practice, nobody ever wanted to guard him, and there was. I mean, I would always guard him. I didn't give a fuck.
It happened a lot at.
Yeah,
I know
he
about
was
getting
torching
torched
me.
at
Yeah,
practice.
he would always
Fuck with
torch me.
Jalen.
But yeah, I don't know. But there's multiple times I feel like as with most defenders, like if you're a defensive minded,
If you're gonna play defense, you're gonna get
Tony
torched.
Allen. I'm pretty sure we can name a bunch of players who've torched that guy. Like
All right, well, since nobody wants to fucking just come out and admit it, I'm gonna tell you about the time I got fucking torched, and it was by this man right here. The first time I ever had to guard him. I fucking hate coming on this podcast and telling people they can't guard me, and niggas be wanting to talk about the other side.
you brought it up. I
Well,
didn't say
it's my torch story for today, alright? So it was like my fourth time now knowing Beasley. And this is during like COVID runs, private runs. I wouldn't say COVID because COVID was kind of done, but like they'd still make you wear a mask at certain places. So it was like I consider it COVID runs. And yeah, I guarded Beasley one game. And I want to say Beasley had like 7 of the 11. I couldn't stop him, bro. Every time I beat him to the spot, every single play I beat him to the spot. I want to preface that. Every single time. And then he would just turn around, hit me once, and hit me with a fadeaway of some sort. And then one time he tried to hit me with a little up and under, and I think I remember I boxed. The play is a little flimsy. I just remember I almost had the play. He got the ball back, big bodied me, and then tapped out.
Oh, he tapped out.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, God damn it, bro. That's when I was like, on the tap out is when I was like, all right, can we get a switch? Because, like, this nigga's just too big for me, bro.
7 out of the 11.
Bro, it was... This nigga's a forward. I'm a guard. I'm a point guard. It's like Lamar Odom versus Derek Fisher. As far as, like, size goes. You feel me?
He gave you the thank you very much.
It was a thank you very much for sure, bro. I couldn't do it. Like, I was literally doing everything I could, bro. Beating him to the spot. Trying to use all my muscle when he hit me. Oh, nigga, you're not going nowhere. And then he'd just fade away, bro. And I'd even, like, be there to contest. And it was just cash.
in your defense. I haven't met many people that can guard.
No, that's a fact.
That's when
I haven't really seen too many people ever, like, stop you either. But I pride myself in defense, and that was some bullshit. And you know what? Y'all could get a 2-for-1, because in that same fucking night, I got torched by Renee. You know Renee? Bro, Renee's a pro player. This nigga went to Duquesne. How do you say it? Duquesne?
Okay.
Yeah. Same fucking night I got torched by this nigga. He might have gave me 9 of the 11. It was a long night for me, bro. It was a real long night. But, Beasley, I appreciate you joining us today. Oh, actually, no. Pod's not over. Bishop, you got some topics for us?
Let's talk about NBA free agency.
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
Lakers are winning the championship this year.
Lakers got a squad now. They picked up Cam Reddish, picked up Gabe Vincent, let go Dennis Schroeder, picked up Jackson Hayes, and they re-signed Hachimura, Vanderbilt, and Reeves.
So I think we're maybe second in the West right now.
That sounds like
Torian Prince too.
that sound
Prince,
like
too.
that sound like the Cleveland Cavaliers
Of old.
when they had. I'm just playing. It sounds like the old Cleveland.
This ain't Mo Williams and Drunas Ilgauskas.
No, it sound like the Jay Crowder squad. That squad. It sound like the Jay Crowder, J.R. Smith.
Yeah, we have a bunch of guys that are lanky.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same height. Everyone can switch. Everyone can hit corner threes. It's the winning recipe for LeBron, right? Like, you have to put guys around LeBron that are great.
My favorite pickup is Cam Reddish. That's my favorite.
For the Lakers, yeah, because he's gonna get with Phil Handy, and that nigga's gonna be.
And I'm a Duke fan. We all know
It's
that.
Dookie's over here. It's Dookie gang over here. What else? What other big pickups in free agency? Anything else to shake the? Or we
I'm still laughing at Dylan Brooks getting $200 million. Not
with Houston, right?
Not $200
And
million.
Fred VanVleet.
I actually like those two together, especially with those young guys they have. Now, I'm not saying
The money wise, you're not talking about the money.
I'm not
You're talking about just
the
that.
money.
Yeah, you're talking about
I
that.
can tell by your face.
No, I'm with you.
Definitely didn't play well last season, but I think him, Van Vliet, some of those younger guys, I think that they could.
I think it's fine.
They could shake up the West
Yeah, I
a
think
little
it's fine.
bit. I'm not saying.
I just think the money is stupid. That's not the guy you pay.
Memphis got Marcus Smart and they give it Tyus
And
Jones.
D Rose.
It's crazy.
But D Rose in replace. I know it's D Rose is old.
Tyus Jones killed for them.
He led the
though.
league in assist to turnover ratio.
No,
I led my league in
Guess where he
assist
played
to
at?
turnover
Guess where
ratio.
he played at? Duke.
Dookie also, yeah. No, that's something like assist to turnover ratio, bro, is a big thing. If you have 5 assists a game and only 1 turnover a game, nigga, you're giving your team 10 points with only 1 fuck up.
But as I said, I'm happy that Marcus Smart is off the Celtics. Thank God.
For sure.
Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all see how Bishop got on here and started talking about the Lakers before the Celtics, though. LeBron sexual.
I'm not LeBron sexual.
LeBron sexual. What's up? We got anything else? Free agencies, that's it, right? There wasn't no big moves other than that, right? Oh, Struz left the Heat.
There is a big move.
What was it?
Dang.
Oh,
And-
Dane requested a trade
trade.
today. But we don't know when yet. So we will talk about that next pod.
I always talk about that. I was trying to make that my segue.
What's
There's something moving in somebody's belly.
Oh, shit. And she got his name tatted
Damn,
on her
his
cheek,
face.
nigga.
Yo, she is wilding right now.
What would you do if you're Zion Williamson right now?
Wait, what? Did she got his name?
Mariah
You know about the
Mills.
drama? About the side bitch that he got?
So he was having sex with a porn star, like promised her all this shit. Freaking paid for her to go, was gonna pay for her to go to culinary school, all this other stuff. To get out of porn.
Yeah. Posted his picture with his baby mama, new baby mama. They're so happy.
She got mad, started posting all their personal text
Aaron.
messages,
Dirty laundry out.
all the bank statements, all the transactions, all that stuff.
She posted a pregnancy thing.
Tests.
And
Come to
got
find
the
she's
nigga's
pregnant.
name right here.
Yeah, pregnancy.
Yo, what did she say? Should I name him Zariah or was that one? She said, should I name it Zariah or something? Yeah, that nigga, bro. And the worst thing about it is she not
See
even
what a
bad.
beat off can save you, bro?
Dog, posting up clarity is real.
Just beat off one time and then you.
That cannot be the way we end this podcast today. that cannot be the way we're. Oh my god! All right, ladies and gentlemen, just beat off one time, post up clarity.
Don't make mistakes. Don't make mistakes.
Don't make mistakes. A beat off one, bro. I'm gonna let Carlito.
If y'all trying to hoop though, let me know.
Hey, anybody want to hoop? Tap in with us, man, if you're in the New England area. But yeah. Oh, one more thing. Tell them about your book real quick. Where can you get your book?
Oh, snap. Oh, wow. So you can get that on Amazon. Again, just type in my name, Dashawn Beasley. Beast Mentality. I don't know if you've ever heard of Think and Grow Rich, one of the classic books of all time. That is one book. So I left out a couple gaps of the story, but I'm not won't get into it. But basically, that book kind of changed the way that I thought about goals in life and so on and so forth. So it was like an ode to that and like teaching people the principles that they can use to accomplish any goal that they choose. So if you want to get that, go to Amazon. You can also get that on my social media. DM me, Coach_Bees, beasttrainingonline.com.
Yes, sir. Bishop, you got anything to say to the people?
You get your sleep.
Get your sleep, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Make sure you beat your meat. As usual, we're gonna let my man Carlito carry us out. Oh, that's why you said get your sleep, because I wake up?
No, but that works. That works
works
out.
too. I like that.
You
works
trying
out.
to spit something on the mic? Say me out.
Can't fuck with a hater, say I'm a boss, I feel like the mayor. Playing with me, meet your maker. Crossing the team, we shoot like the Lakers. Getting it green on me like a gator. Stay with a bean, I'm shooting the taser. Don't go out to eat, we get the food cater. I'm in the jeans, she want me to slay it. Feel like a dream, I don't wanna wake up. Yeah, the baby a fiend, she just wanna take drugs. Say what you mean, I'm not in the fade love. Not what it seems, I'm getting my weight up. Rushing and screaming, I'm about to take off. Hopped off the scene, this shit was a layup. Racks in my jeans, I'm getting my cake up. My bitch European, she don't wear a makeup. Check out the beans.